Hello friends, in this video we will talk about cluster tendency using Hopkins statistics. Now the main objective is try to evaluate whether a dataset has clusters without clustering. So that means suppose we have a data. First of all, check the cluster tendency. Cluster tendency. Okay. If cluster tendency is there, okay, if it is there, if it is yes, okay, if it is yes, then apply the clustering algorithm. Clustering algorithm. So whether here you have check, okay, clustering algorithm, then we can get the clusters. If it is no, nothing is there, then we have to collect more data. Say collect more data or new set of data. So before applying clustering algorithm, we want to know whether clustering tendency is there or not. Now what is the meaning of clustering tendency? Suppose we have a data set. Say we have a data set and say these two set. Now in this particular data set, definitely there is no cluster, there is a single set of group is there, but here it is clear that two groups are there. Now if you apply K-means-like algorithm, now suppose you want to apply K-means algorithm and the value of k is equal to 2, so K-means algorithm anyhow identify the groups. It doesn't matter whether cluster is there or not, or clusters are there or not. But definitely if you apply the clustering algorithm, definitely it will identify the clusters. So the clusters are there. So you can see here the clustering tendency is not there. Okay, there is no groups, there is single group. So but if you apply clustering algorithm, so definitely it will identify the groups. Similarly, suppose here also no groups are there, so single group is there, and if you apply k is equal to 3, so anyhow it identify the groups. Okay, so to know whether clustering tendency is there or not, we have to use Hopkins statistics. Okay, now to apply Hopkins statistics, we have to apply the methods like this. Okay, the steps are very simple. So steps 1, generate data. Okay, so generate data, say called AP, that are randomly distributed across the data space. So this is what artificially generated. Okay, generate data AP that are randomly distributed across the data space. Step 2, sample actual data. Okay, sample actual data. And step 3, for both set of data we find the distance to the nearest neighbor in the original data set. Okay, so find the nearest neighbor with the AP and the data, whole data, and AC with the whole data. AP with the data and AC with the data. Okay, original data. Step 4, calculate UI for each and every data, the nearest neighbor distance of the artificially generated data. Okay, so this is nothing but for each and every data, the nearest neighbor distances of the AP Okay, and step 4, 5 is what? It is Wi, the nearest neighbor distance, the nearest neighbor distances of the AC, where I varies from 1 to n, and n is the total number of data. N is total number of data. Okay. Now the Hopkins statistic is H is equal to I is equal to 1 to n Wi summation of 1 to n Ui plus summation 1 to n Wi. So already know what is Ui and what is Wi, and the value of H should be in between 0 to 1. Okay, and we can see if the value of H is near 0.5, that means no cluster tendency is there, no cluster tendency is there, that means total random. But if H is near to the 0 or near to the 1, definitely cluster tendency is there. Okay, now try to see one simple example. Let we have a data set 4, okay, and say actually artificially generated data, say 32, 36 and 72. In another set of data, say data 2, the data are say 3 and 74, where the artificially generated data 32, 36 and 72. Okay, now here we have identified the AC value. Okay, now let these are the AC value. Randomly you have to select from the original data. Say these are the AC value. So AC will be what? 75, 33 and 84. And here we assume 35. These three are the AC value. That means AC data are 35, 54 and 74. Okay, now try to plot this data. Okay, now you can see here these are AP values are the randomly generated. So it is 3, 2, okay, so 3, 2, 3, 6 and 7, 2. So green colors, so green color, these are what? These are randomly generated, artificially generated, okay, randomly generated. And here the actual data are say 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 3, okay, 7, 5, 7, 4 and 8, 4. So that means it is clear that two set of clusters are there. So this is one set of cluster and this is another set of clusters. Out of these two clusters we have to select the AC values. Select, this is what AC 3, 3, okay, 7, 5 and 8, 4. These are the AC value. But you can see here the data are like this way. Say 3, 3, 3, 5, 3, 5, 4, okay, 5, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 4. Now you can see there is no cluster tendency. Clustering tendency is not there, okay. It's assumed as a single group. But here definitely two groups are there. So we have to calculate the Wi. Okay, so Wi for all the data. So what is Wi? Wi is the nearest neighbor distance of the sample data. So that means these are the sample data. So the red colored. So identify the nearest neighbor data. So the nearest neighbor data are what? This one, this one. Okay, and for this one it is this one and this one. So calculate distance between this and this, because this is what? It is artificially generated data, and from this and calculate this, the summation is what? 3.4142. So here we use 1 KNN, okay, 1 nearest neighbor. We have used 1 KNN, 1 nearest neighbor data. Next is what? U1, UI. So the distance with the artificially generated. Now if you see this one, this is what artificially generated, this is another artificially generated, and if you connect, so we have to calculate distance from this plus with this particular, because its nearest distance is what? This distance plus this distance. These two are the nearest, and if you sum all the distances, and the value is what? 10.6502. And if you calculate the h, what is the h? Is summation of wi, that is 3.4142 divided by 3.4142 plus 10.6p02, it is 0.2437. Now if you see here, so first of all you have to calculate wi, distance with the actual point. So the actual point were what? These are the actual points, so you have to calculate the distance. So this distance, okay, for this data, this distance, for this data, this distance. So the addition is what? Its addition is 6, and you have to calculate wi, okay, summation of the wi practically. So for all the data with the random variable, so we have to, these are the random, green color is the random variable, and we have to calculate the nearest neighbor. So we have to add this distance plus this distance, okay, plus this distance plus this distance. So if you add all these distances, its value is what? 10.82, and you have to calculate the h value. Say this is what? H1, and it is H2. So here it is 6 divided by 6 plus 10.82, and its value is 0.3565. And already you know, if a graph, if it is a graph, okay, and if it is a cluster tendency, and if it is a 0.5, it is 0 and 1, that it is a graph like this. You can draw a graph like this way. Okay, so if a value is near 0.5, that means there is no clustering tendency. Okay, so it's a graph. The value of this is what? The value of h, it is in between 0 to 1. So if it is 0, it is high, clustering tendency is high. If it is 1, clustering tendency is very high. And if it is near 0.5, the clustering tendency is it is random, there is no clustering tendency. So here you can see h2 value is what? It is 0.35, means it is near, it is somewhere here. This is what our h2, and what is h1? H1 is somewhere here. Okay, this is what our h1 was. So it is from this particular plot you can say h2 is very near to the 0.5. That means it is less clustering tendency than this one. So data 2 has less clustering tendency than data 1. Okay, so in this way we can check the clustering tendency with the Hopkins statistics. And that is the end of this particular video. Thank you very much.